So now I'm going to show you. So the first thing that we need to do, that which we did last week, I don't want to refer back to that part again, is that we went through the data, right? We went through the data to actually understand what we have inside the data. And we said that we have a sales table. I taught you difference in, did I teach something on dimension table and fact table last week? Did I?
Yes.
Okay, good. Did I teach you anything on primary and foreign key last week?
He did not teach us, but he told us that it's our homework that we should go and learn.
Oh, thank you. Please, let's start. Homework. Oh, yeah. Primary and foreign key. What did you read, guys?
Okay, with my understanding of primary key.
Many silence key inside the
based on what I read for primary key.
Okay.
They said primary key is a unique identifier for a specific role, like data integrity, protection of duplicate entries, something like that.
Okay, so that's what, can you explain it in simple terms? Primary and foreign key.
I'm only talking about primary for now.
Okay, so primary, based on what you understand by primary key.
So based on what I read, it's talking about like taking away any kind of duplicate and ensuring that the data is safe and is unique, is genuine or something like that.
Okay. So primary key doesn't have duplicate. That's the characteristics. I'm saying give me an example. Give me an example from this data now. Which one is the primary key? For those that are just joining.
Okay, like the other can we say the other number, because
the other ID
is just one.
Explain to me how the other ID is the primary key.
Other ID.
Yeah.
Because it's unique. You can't have another other number. For every order, there's a unique. If I have to do a duplicate now, I can't see a duplicate in this other number because it's unique. I don't know.
So every order is unique, Abby?
Yes, that's my.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. For those that are just joining, please put your email on the chat section of this Zoom. Your email. Of this Zoom. Aha, thank you. Thank you. I'm still coming back to you, Madam Yemisio. Okay, can somebody else try? Primary and foreign key. Primary and foreign key.
Okay, let me try the primary foreign.
Okay, Samuel.
Yes, sir. When you talk about foreign key is a
primary.
key that links.
Start from primary.
Okay. Okay. Our primary key is our is our unique identifier. What that is unique in our data set.
Okay.
That's our primary key, and it doesn't have any
outside of the data we are treating. Give me an example.
Okay, like our NIN. Yeah, our NIN, like our BVN or account number.
Okay, nice. Our NIN, our BVN account number. Nice. Good example. So what does it mean? What are those things that makes a key a primary key? What are those features that it must have for you to say it's a primary key?
It's okay. It must not have duplicates.
Yes.
Not have duplicates.
Okay. Is that the only thing you know?
Okay, I'm coming.
Okay, let's move fast. Explain secondary. Explain foreign key.
Another. Okay, sir. Let me come in here, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Let's be fast. Foreign key.
Okay, foreign key is a key that link our table together.
Okay, like how? Explain.
Link our table. Okay, like I don't know how I'm going to put this now, but
Everybody can define, but they cannot explain with example.
okay, like when we have our unique identifier in another table.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So that unique identifier is not linking the two.
Okay, let me ask us this question.
Okay, sir.
I'm turning to everybody because it's not just Samuel and let me see that we'll be talking. Which of the tables do we have a primary key? Is it on the fact table or dimension table, or is it on both? Explain.
Yeah, let me come in here, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, majorly we always have primary key on fact table.
Primary key on fact table. Okay, continue.
Yes, most times.
Okay.
Then like this table now is the fact table.
So primary key does not exist on, or it does not exist on dimension table.
Yeah, it do. Let me say it do exist. But if it exists, it will just be like as you said, you just have more info on it will have more info on the dimensional table. Because here now, you can also see the info, but it is not much more in more details, not more well explanatory. But in our dimensional table, if you see it, we see that this one probably let's just other ID. We have another product.
Matthew, just wait. You are just saying everything together. That's not what I thought you. Like, once people will start putting another comment on our YouTube page now and start saying you're not with teaching. That's not what I thought you. Can somebody else try? Please, I don't want to be calling names. Just say something. Because the way I'm calling names, you are stressing me. I'm already tired. In this class, we are 10. We are 10. Oh. We are 10. Oh. Minus Paul, we are 9. Minus Frank, we are 8. Others should talk. Oh. I give you an assignment. Oh.
Please, can you reframe the question? Can you reframe the question, please?
I said you guys should explain primary and foreign key, right? Now, and I said, okay, let's take primary key, for example. Now, we're trying to explain it so that we will all understand. I said, does primary key exist only on fact table or only on dimension tables or the both? Explain. Maybe Paul should explain to everybody. Mr. Yusuf, you're not saying anything. Oluwaseun Ojo, you're not saying anything. For me, you're not saying anything. Okay, no problem. It's not me that will ask you in the interview.
But we are still trying to see how to answer the question.
Answer it anyhow. If you are wrong, I will tell you to stop. That means I gave you something.
Okay, I think
you guys don't even work on it at all.
It's going to be on both on fact table and on the other table. It's going to be on both. Since it's talking about the unique identifier, it's still going to. It should be on both as far as I'm concerned. Because we said that fact table is the busy table. It's a subset of all the keys. Okay. Why the promotion key is talking about
you mean promotion table?
Yeah, the normalization. dimension table.
Promotion table, Abi?
Yes, the dimension table.
Okay.
Talk about a particular thing at a particular time.
Yes.
So I believe that both of them, primary key should reflect in both the sales table or the fact table as well as the dimension table.
Thank
That's
you.
my own response.
Simple answer. Simple answer. She's correct. Primary key exists on both the facts and the dimension. In fact, the number one that it will exist on is the dimension, because that one is talking about a particular thing at a particular time. It means that if I'm talking about channel or manager, what I will find on that table is just manager, a distinct list of managers with and their own key. Simple. That manager ID or whatever it is on the manager table that uniquely identifies each different manager is the primary key for that table. Simple. Shikena is the primary key for that table, right? Now, by the time that manager table now comes to the fact table, the sales table, it now becomes a foreign key because that is not its own original table. It's not found on its own original table, right? And also, when it comes to the sales table, it will have duplicates. It will have duplicates because you can't say one manager will exist on that table and that will be all. That same manager will have different transactions. So his manager ID will always appear several times. Simple. That means we didn't even read this thing at all. Nobody cared about it. The people are going to come and teach us now. Sorry, guys, I had to quickly pick a call. Let's continue. Yeah. So, as I was saying, when the primary key comes to the fact table, becomes a foreign key. Number one, there's duplicates. Number two, that is not its own original table. Don't forget that the fact table will have a subset of everything you have in the dimension table comes to the fact table because it is the table where you have the transaction actually happening, right? Now, the fact table also will have its own primary key. For example, now in this context now, it's the order ID is the primary key for the fact table because every order is unique. Somebody buys chair is a unique order. Somebody orders table. A particular individual might order chair at a different date, my order table at a different date, my order another at a different time, or even on the same day, it will still be different orders, right? Now, let me ask you another tricky question. Let's assume that all the different things that were, different products that were bought were recorded under one order. For example, now I use Jumia Food and I order for beans, rice, dodo, shaki, momo, everything inside one order for Jumia Food. And everything is recorded as one order. Is this still a primary key or it is now a foreign key? Please, I want responses. I don't want to be shouting, I beg. Is it primary or foreign key now? Is it still a primary key or it's a foreign key? I have several products recorded as one order. You were all given one order ID. Can we still call that column a primary key or a foreign key? Because anesthesia, you cannot pronounce your name anyhow, Jesus.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Please, I want your answer. Is it anesthesia? English. Anesthesia. Okay. Oh yeah. What's your response to my question?
Okay. So sorry, sir. So I was not in class last week, so I've not gone back to the recorded video.
For a whole week.
I traveled, but I came back today.
Okay, no problem. No problem. It's not me that will do the data interview now. No problem. Okay. Who again can I call? Lucy. Fumi. Samuel. Stashikiru. Yeah.
Sorry, sir, I didn't get the question. I just came in like 2 minutes ago.
One order, different products. All the products that were bought were recorded. We were given the same order ID. Do we now see that the order ID is a primary key or it's a foreign key?
It's the same. It should be a primary key.
It should still be a primary key, I mean.
Yeah, since a primary key is like is a column that contains a uniquely identified row in a table.
Yes, I know, but I'm saying that now they recorded all the orders that the person made as one. They gave all of them all the different products that the person bought. The person bought chair, table, and pillow. They now gave them the same order ID for the 3 products. So is this still a primary key or it's not a foreign key? Yeah. I know Taiwo.
Well, sir, let me try if I'm a blast, because I think it's a foreign key.
Is it what?
It's a foreign key.
Why? Why do you say that, sir?
Because the products they're having a unique identifier in a different table. And now brought to another table.
I'm talking about the other ID, not the products ID.
Okay.
The other ID.
Yeah, it's the foreign key, sir.
Maybe Frank should help us.
It's a foreign key.
Why, sir?
I am, sir.
Why, Matthew?
Yeah, it's a foreign key because each food have different unique identifier. Like rice now, rice will have its own ID, probably ID identifier. Then the beans also you have different ID identifier. So though they bought everything, like okay, they bought rice, beans, shaki in one. Well, let me say they bought everything in one order, but still it have different type of what order, the different type of order ID in one order. But so I think that should be one like
that is not what I'm saying, or Matthew. You are mixing it up. I said the same order, one order ID, different products. All the products that were bought, we are given the same order ID. So let's say this is order ID now. This is order ID. This is order ID 101. The same 101. The same 101. which is one particular order now. Person bought chair, he bought pillow, and he bought table. Now I'm saying this other ID column. Can we still call it a primary key for the sales table, or it's now a foreign key? Simple question. That's what I asked.
Yeah, I feel it's primary though. But I'm not getting the explanation.
You feel that it's primary. Okay.
Wait,
No other person will say anything. I'll be frank.
But sir, Mr. Gbenga, sir.
I'm hearing you.
Yes, sir. I'm thinking that even ordering this kind of stuff, can it be possible, sir, having the same key?
It's possible now. So when you order something on Jumia, you buy something on Jumia or your Uber Eats, are they going to give you different other ID for do differently from plantain and from rice and beans?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
It's not the same person that will bring it, the rider, that will bring everything to you at once, and that's one order. So why is it not possible? Joy.
Sir, it's primary key.
It's primary key, yeah, we know what. Joy.
Yes, primary key.
Okay, no problem. Let's continue. Now, in a scenario like this one, right, the other ID is the primary key because it is unique. There's no duplicate of any of these ID numbers, right? But if you find yourself in this kind of scenario, right, it is now a foreign key. The other ID is no more a unique identifier, right? Because one other ID is being splitted, is being shared among 3 different products, right? So everything all depends on the way they design the database of that organization, right? So for example, now, if we cannot say because we want to achieve unique identifier, then we should now not put the product name, right, of what was actually, what if we want to track product performance in the market? So it's no, okay, I think we are making more sales from pillow, or most of our sales is coming from chair or from table. That's not how we will know. So this is the way the data is coming, right? So if you find yourself in this kind of situation, how do you now still, how do you now still structure your data to make it primary? Is by creating what is called calculated table that will now give you a unique list, a unique list of all the other ID, and whether you want to now do some other aggregations to your rights, like maybe it now give you like a total sum. For example, it now look like something like this. This one is 32, this one is 45, this one is 47, for example. When you now create that calculated table, right, it will now look like something like this. You now have other ID 101, then the total sum of everything under ID 101 will now be what? 124. You now put 124 here. So that is how I go about solving those kind of issues. Okay, all I hear me say? You can talk. Oh. You're not saying anything, you know. Did I mute everybody? I did not know. But I'm hearing me. I think it's your network. Oh. We cannot hear anything. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue. Okay. So now this is what I do. See, this topic that we are doing is very important because no matter what you've learned, if you don't know how to do, if you don't understand primary foreign key, if you don't understand fact dimension tables, if you don't understand data modeling, power query, power pivots, and all of those things, you are not just a data analyst, though. You are only joking, right? So it's not by learning all those advanced functions. It's good, but this is the major of the whole thing. Okay. So now, since we now have an understanding of all of what's the next thing that we'll do? Now, the next thing we'll do is to clean our data, right? And how do we do that? We do that by taking this data to what is called Power Query. For those of us that are in the Power BI class, you have a little idea of what I mean by Power Query. So how do we go ahead? Now, to do that, you must first turn your data into a table. I think I showed you that in one of the classes, how you can turn your table to range and range back to table. So this is already a table because when I click on it, I see this table design, right? I see this table design there. So how do I now take this to my Power Query to clean my data? Okay. I'm coming on. I don't have something here. How do I bring in my Power Query on this one? Okay, let me go to File, Accounts. Oh, you see account options. Go to my add-in. I'll go to my add-in. I'll go to Chrome add-ins. Oh, my Power Pivots is not there. Power Man. Let me just click everything, sharp. Then okay. Okay. This is not what I want. I want to take it to Power Query. I'm looking for that option now. I'm coming. I'll click on from table range. So you go to the data, you will see from table range. From table. Let me go back again so that you see what I did. I don't really, it does not look like what did you do? We didn't see what you did though. So let me close this one again now. Discard. So now I want to take this to Power. That's the first thing. I have the raw data. Now I want to take it to Power Query now. Power Query is a machine that we use to clean data, to make transformations. Let me start using the keywords. For data transformation, for data preparation, we clean our data. We give it the right column type that you should have. Oh, this one is a text. So this one is decimal. This one is a whole number. This one is this one. All those things. This one is percentage. So all those things we do with Power Query. Data transformation, data cleaning. So how do I take my data from the raw data here to the clean one? So I click on, because this one is already a table. So I click on this one here. I click on any part of the data here, and I go to my data on the menu item, and I see this option called from table / range. And I click on it, then it open the Power Query editor for me, right? Please, can you all see the Power Query editor? Can you all see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Joy, you talk now. I was calling before, you didn't answer me.
I just came in. That's why I couldn't respond. I didn't know. I just came in actually.
No wahala. So now this is my sales table, right? So you can come to this part here. This part here like this, double click, and just change the name, because the name is actually sales, right? Change it to sales. Now let's start changing let's start doing transformation. Now on this part here, you are seeing this thing, the rows column profiling based on top 1,000. Now I will advise that you change it to column profiling based on the entire data set. Now what does that mean? That when I say Power BI, I don't understand. Excel, when Excel wants to detect the data type, so it detects it by default. But when you import the data, automatically Excel will detect what should be the data type of that column. But Excel might not be correct. That's why you need to do, because it's profiling this column, all the columns, is profiling them based on the top 1,000. That is the first 1,000 rows, right? But if you change it to the entire, right, then you'll be able to do what you need to do. Now, Other ID, as I used to say, anytime you see anything ID, always change it to what? Always change it to make your data type to be what's it called? To be text. Because even though your unique identifier, which is your primary key, might be or can be numerical, right? But if what is numerical does not mean that is the way that you should manipulate it. You can't manipulate such column because it is a unique identifier. It's not a column that you are performing any aggregation like you are minusing something or finding average of this or counting. You are not doing anything like okay, you can count, you can do a count or a distinct count. It's fine, right? But on this one here, you are not actually doing any aggregation per se, right? Apart from count or distinct count. You can't do sum, you can't do average of IDs, it doesn't make any business sense, right? So we leave this as text, it is fine. Other date is already in date format. Look at the logo here. It's in date format already, it's fine. The unit costs is decimal, it's showing us that it's in decimal, it's fine. Unit selling price is fine. Order quantity is in whole number, is fine, right? Total costs is in decimal also is fine. The product key now, it should not be in decimal, in number or decimal, yeah. It should be text. It should be text. How do I change that? I go to the symbol, the logo here, right? And I change these are all the data types that you have. And I change it to text, right? It says, as an assistant data type, would you like to replace it? Yeah, replace current, right? You go to your subcategory key also, make it text. So any ID or any key, you change all of them to what? So text. So instead of going one by one, right, you can also highlight the three together at once. How did I do that? I click on the first one, I press my shift button and my right arrow key and selected the other three. Then I come here and right click and I will see some options here and I will click on change type and I will change it to what? To text. So the three will change to text at once instead of going to do it one by one. Right? That's the way you can save time and work smart. Now, good, nice. And I have all of these things. Now, I also noticed something here. There's something that I noticed. You can click on column, you can go to your view on the menu, on your Power Query menu item here, and you will see column quality, right? You will see column quality, right? Now, column quality, what that will give you, you might not see it by default, right? You might have to come to the view here, check on your column quality, then it will tell you the percentage of valid data you have, the percentage of errors in your data, the percentage of empty that you have. So valid means the data type that you've selected for that column is in line with the actual data type of that column. So for example, now, I say that my unit cost is decimal. By default, Excel sees it as decimal, detects it as a decimal, and that's correct. If I now come here now and now change it to date, or I change it to current, let me use currency, or duration or something, or binary, for example, it might be giving me error. Right? It might be telling me that I have errors because that data type I selected is not in line at all with the actual data type of that particular column, right? So that's why you need to switch on your column quality to see if you have any errors in your columns, if you have any error, if you have any empty. Now if you got now, you are saying something here now. It's telling me that I have 1% empty. 1% empty, right? And it's telling me that I have 15,000 rows, right? I have 1% empty. If you are just joining, please type in your email on the Zoom chat section. I need to copy that ASAP. Thank you. Right? The other dates. Okay, so now column quality will show you. Now it's telling me I will have less than 1% empty. Now, how do I see where the issue is? So I can come to this place here, and I'm seeing null. Oh, null means empty, right? So Excel, any place that is empty, any part of the column that is empty, right? Power Query will detect it as null. There's nothing there. So you see, what you will see there is null, right? What you will see there is null. Now I can choose to just come here and uncheck this null, right? And press OK. That's number one. Number two, I might also need to be very careful so that I'm not actually deleting an important data. For example, now, let's say I have the dates, I have the order ID, or I have the unit cost, and maybe it's only, the only missing thing there is that there is no total cost, right? There is no total cost, right? Aha, good. Every other thing is there. If I now say because I have one empty cell here now, I should now go and delete the entire, because if I delete or I uncheck, it's going to remove the entire column. And that one row that I remove or delete of data might actually cost the organization a lot of money, because it might be one row, but it might be a lot of information. So we need to be very, very careful when it comes to data cleaning. Don't just because you see empty and now go and remove all your empties, because it's going to delete the entire row. This is not like Excel. You have cell by cell. Cell A1, cell. This is not cell A1 and cell B2. This is not cell C1 and cell D4. There's nothing like that when it comes to the context of Power Query, right? This will delete, if you remove something from an entire list. If I remove 10 now, it will remove the entire row where I have that 10. The entire row will be removed, right? So we need to be very, very careful. Don't just when you see empty, don't just go and be removing something. No. Sometimes you might want to actually replace your empty by the average of the figures, right? It might not be your fault that they don't have that data, or it's not being recorded, or there's a glitch somewhere. Things like that used to happen. So how do you now solve such problems? If it's a number or decimal column, what you can do is that in order to fill in all the null values, all the empty values that are there, you can actually just do an average and use that average to fill in all the nulls. But in this case, I'm saying that the other ID is showing all. All is what I have there. Doesn't make any sense. Then I have null, 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 null. So this one can justify that if we remove it, it's not actually part of the data, right? And
please, how can we do that one? That one, I don't understand.
Which one? Hello? Which one? Okay, so you just come here and you can uncheck. So I'm not seeing the all. Okay, is there? I can just come here, uncheck it, and press OK. Now, if you notice something, you will see that there's a part here called query settings, properties, apply steps. Now, what you are seeing here, every of the step that you make, every step that you are taking, right, is being recorded on these apply steps. Now, by default, you might have your source, right? Your change type, that one might come from by default also, based on what Power Query is detecting that your data type should be for all the columns, right? And because now I filtered out something now, it's telling me what? Filtered rows. So everything I do on my Power Query is being recorded on these apply steps. You know, this is not Excel, again, the normal Excel desktop that you can, how will I put it? You can say Control Z and it will just undo your last action. But there's nothing like that in Power Query. If you want to undo your last action, then you will come to your apply steps and remove that action that you took. You can remove it by clicking on when you hover your cursor on this change to reg, then you can just remove that, undo that last action. And I'm seeing that all again. See it here. I'm seeing it again inside the data, right? Inside that column. So I'll go back again now and just go and uncheck the all and press OK. So you will see that your column quality is now telling you that all the valid is 100%. Please stop making noise. Please. If the background is noisy, please mute yourself. It's always Samuel. Why now? Okay. If it's not Samuel, it's Matthew. What will help the two of you? Okay. So that if you are just joining, I'm saying it again. Put your email on the Zoom chat session, or else you are not part of the, you won't be part of the exam next week. Thank you. Okay, let's continue. So now, I think my data is fine here. There's no issues. I'm done with this. So how do I save my work in progress? How do I do that? It's by doing what? It's by coming to the home menu item here, and I will click on load and close. Close and load. So close and load. What does close and load mean? Lucy, I thought you dropped your email before. But no wala. I'll copy it. Thank you. So yeah. Now two options now, close and load and close and load too. So if I click close and load, it means that it will just, my clean data will come back to this same Excel file that I'm working on. But if I say close and load too, it means I'm creating it in another fresh Excel workbook entirely, right? So that is it. Okay. Now I'll just say close and load, right? So it's not just a table now, it's now a query, right? It's now a query now. So that it's showing sales too, right? Sales too. Now let me go back to, I'm done with the sales table. So let me delete this. I don't need this one again. So let's go to products category now. Products category now, before I can take it to Power Query, I have to make it a table. And how do I do that? I will do that by highlighting the entire data like this. So Control Shift right and down, highlight everything. Then I'll say Control T to give it. My table has headers. Okay, it's now a table. You can change it to products category now. Products underscore, because you can't have space in between. So I'm using underscore. Products category now, right? When I'm done with this, right, I'll also do the same thing. Go to data, go to from table / range. This is the Power Query also, right? Can you see the Power Query screen, or can you see it, guys?
Yes.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
This was the first one that we did, the sales. Now product category now. So I change my product key, should be in text. My product name is also fine. No issues. Everything looks good. I will close and load again. I will go to product subcategory also. This one is already in table, already. So I just go. Yeah.
Please, sir. How do we know? You told us that anything that has key should be text.
Anything that is a unique identifier.
Yes, anything that is key. We should make it text in the Power Query.
It can be either foreign key or primary key, but just change them to text. Even though they might be numerical.
How do we know in this Power Query that this one has to be this one, this one has to be this one?
That's what I'm showing you now. That's what I'm showing you now. When I was cleaning that sales data, you saw the way I was changing the data types to what it should be. Yes.
Yes. How do we know that it should be like that?
Because that's what I'm showing you. Let me do this one now. You will see. The products subcategory, I guess, is this one now. Wait, I have to. Oh, okay, sorry, I have to. Yeah, I'm done with this now. So let me shift this one beside this one. So products, sales. Let me just rename. Let me rename them. So it should be sales new. This one should be products category new. So I know the ones I've done. Now let's go to another table, subcategory table. This one is already in table. Just go to data from table/range, right? Now when I get, see you, Madam Yemisi, you are not asking question. So this is the product subcategory table. So this is product subcategory key. You have to change this one to text because I said that every of the key, that primary or foreign, should be changed to text, right? Now, good. Now, every other one is fine because these are just names of things. So they should be in text. So product category is a list of categories of products and subcategory name. So this one is actually fine. So text, the three are in text. I'm done already. I'll come here and change this one to products subcategory new, so that I know that this one is the new one. All right, I will close and load. Right, let me take it beside this one. I've done how many now? Product category, subcategory, sales. Okay, I've done 3 now, right? Now let's go to channels now. Channels, come here. There's already a table. I'll come to data from table/range. I know this channel ID might actually give me as a whole number. See now, it's showing it as whole number, but it should actually be in text because it's a identifier. So it should be in text, right? Instead of number. Replace current. Channel name is fine. So that one should be in text, normal. So channel_new. Press enter. Don't worry, if it's not clear to you now, don't worry. You can still go and watch the video. So for your own practice, this thing takes time. Even those that know it now, some people learn it like before they know it, they watch like 4 or 5 times before they finally got it. So don't worry yourself about not knowing it now. Right? So channel new. I've already cleaned this one too. This one is fine. There's no issue. I'll come and close and load again. So I have my channel new now. Right? I'll take this clean one to this part. Right? Okay, what's the next one again? Manager. So my manager is what? Is this a table or a range? Madam, hear me see? Is this a table or a range?
It's a range because it does not have an header.
It does not have what? Yeah, it does not have what? Oh?
An header.
Is that the way you know whether it is a table or not? Is that
It's
the
a
only way
range
you know?
because, can I talk?
Come talk now, Joy. We are one in the class now.
It's a range because it's not formatted to a table.
It's not formatted to. How do you know that it's not formatted to a table? How do you ascertain that?
Sometimes
You didn't insert the
No
table
filter.
format.
Sorry?
it's a range because if you click on the one of the data on that range, not show table design or format.
Thank you. That's what I was looking for.
I
If
didn't
I
hear
click
you.
on any part of the data, it's not showing that table design. It's not coming on the menu item here. It's not showing. So it's a range, right? So I select it. I highlight the area I want to convert to table. Control T to convert, right? To table. And I go to data now. I'll now do my from range/table, right? So this is what's on this table? Manager table. Manager new, right? Manager new. And my channel key, is it going to be in number or text?
It's going to be in text.
In text, okay, thank you.
Yes.
Place current. Then I'm done with manager. Then the last one is city. The last one is city. I want to try out something. Let's assume that this is not a table. Let me convert this back to range. I want to check something. Maybe there's a way that we can, yeah. Let's say it's not a table, it's just a range, right? And I light it like this. Let me see if I can still do my from table to range. If it will, oh, you see that still asking to create it as a table first. Exactly. So I knew what I was doing, right? So where is your data? Where for your table? Convert it to a table first. So automatically to convert it for a table for me and takes to Power Query, right? So this is city underscore new, right? Okay, good. I changed this one to text, but let me just put it on based on the entire data set first. Then text. Every other thing remains the same. No issues. Then I'm done. Right? I'm done. Then close and load. So I have everything under my queries there. Right? Good. So for the old ones, let me try to hide them. So let me just hide. Manager, the old one, hide. Okay. Channels, the old one, hide. Subcategory, the old one, hide. I don't want to be having too many things scattered everywhere. So the old sales table, hide. Sales, so everything I have here they are the new ones. Channel, product category, subcategory, sales new, manager new, city new. Fine. Now on your right side there, you see queries and connections. Right? There's no connection yet because we've not connected the tables to each other. Right? I have the query. Let me just pick this call, guys. I'm coming. Just 1 minute, please. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So we have queries. Queries are all the tables that we claimed, right? They are under queries there. Now, if you want to, let's say you want to edit your query now. You want to go back and still do some clean. This data I didn't clean it very well. Let me go back and do some cleaning. How do I achieve that? So you see these queries and connections there. You can just go back there, click on one, and you will see the edit here. You can click on edit, and it takes you back to the Power Query again to go and do whatever cleaning that you want to do. Right? See it now. You are back to your Power Query now. So you can also, in case you want to create more, maybe some new columns, you want to make some transformations, some cleanings, do some transformation and all those things, you can still come back to your Power Query again, right? And just make sure that you save your work before leaving the Power Query. You close and load, though. Don't just close it, else all your apply steps will not really apply anything. So I have how many queries now? I have 6 queries, right? Now we've done stage 1. We've done stage 1 of the process. Now the stage 2 of the process now is now we've learned Power Query is more than that, too, guys. Power Query that I just showed you now is more than that. It's because the data we are using is clean. To some extent, it's clean. So we didn't do much transformation. There's some data that are very dirty, crazy ones that you have to do a lot of transformation, right? But because this is just your first time, I don't want to, because that will like take our time. I don't want to delve into that part, right? So let me just do this one. So now, good, right? Now we've cleaned the data with Power Query, changed our data type and all those things. We've done that. We've renamed the table. We've seen our apply steps, how you can use apply steps and all those things. Everything looks good, no issues. Now, the next thing that we're going to use now, we've used Power Query, right? The next thing we are using now is the Power Pivots. Now, Power Pivot is that engine that you create relationship between tables. Relationship between tables. Okay. Now, have anybody heard of cardinality before? Anybody? I want responses, whether yes, no. Answer in the chat section. Cardinality before. Cardinality. Same just one response. Okay, so 2 responses out of 13. Cardinality. Okay, Mr. Shikuru. Stephanie, please explain. Cardinality. Okay. Cardinality or Stephanie or answer us, I beg. Because you said yes now. Stephanie. Ah. Mr. Shikuru.
Yeah, I'm with you, sir.
Okay, what do you understand by cardinality?
Cardinality is like a point to take a point about the space.
The voice is low, sir. Your voice is low. I can barely hear you.
I'm coming. Let me remove this earpiece.
Please remove it.
Can you hear me?
Better now.
Hello?
Better now.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So the cardinality is about the picking, is about the point.
Okay, what do you mean by point, sir?
For example, now, though, when you go to science as an engineer, so when you want to take a level, you want to take a particular location, so you use that cardinality to access area or location of a site. That's what I mean by cardinality. I don't know how to list it.
It's different. It's different. Sir. This is not this is not building
okay,
and construction.
All right, sir. All right.
Cardinality of relationship. Anybody?
Yes, it's a relationship between 2 tables. Take, for instance, the kind of relationship you want to create, one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-many relationship.
Okay, thank you. You have an idea. Thank you. But this one I'm talking about, that one, the one you just mentioned, one-to-one, that one is type of relationship. That one is type of, I'm talking about the cardinality of relationship. Cardinality of relationship. Because you must understand all these things. If you want to be called the data analyst, this is the most important topic we are treating. That's why I put it at the last. No idea, right? No worries.
Gbenga, sorry, Gbenga, can you hear me?
I can hear you now, Stephanie.
Okay, good evening. Sorry.
Good evening.
So when we talk about cardinality, we're referring to the uniqueness of values.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. I appreciate it. So further explain with example.
So I don't know if I can do that clearly, but
we're talking about explain by words. Just explain by example. You said uniqueness of values. I got that already. Clear.
Yeah, in a column.
But people that are here, they are new, so explain to them. In layman understand. Use an example to explain.
I'm trying to see how to do that. But then it still boils down to that relationship, like the uniqueness, either one-to-one or one-to-many relationship.
In what scenario are we going to have one cardinality or many cardinalities? You said uniqueness. Explain to people that don't understand it at all. It's because you know it now. You know it's flowing in your mouth, but these people that are here, they don't know it. Explain.
Mr. Gbenga.
Use example.
Gbenga.
I'm here.
Say for instance, you work in where you can have one customer, where you have one customer to one account. So that's cardinality of 1-to-1.
That cardinality is what?
1-to-1.
No, you are wrong.
One customer to one account.
You are mixing type of relationship with cardinality of relationship. They are different.
Oh, okay.
I want you to teach people, like explain to them in the first place what is cardinality. The one you are saying 1-to-1, many-to-1, this one to this one, that one is type of relationships. But what forms the basis of that relationship is the cardinality. And that's what we need to explain so that everybody understands it. See, when you are a data professional, you need to be able to explain things in concepts, like explain it, use the right keywords, because those are the things that will stand you out in any interview or in any place. If you are explaining something to somebody, explain to them with example. I know you understand one-to-many and all, you understand this is fine. But what is the basis of those one-to-many and many-to-one and one? Is the cardinality of relationship. And let me just say it so I don't waste time. We have two types. We have one cardinality and we have many cardinality, right? We have two types of cardinality. Now, let me now borrow Stephanie's response, Stephanie's definition. She said it has to do with uniqueness of values. I love that. Now, when we say uniqueness of value, what is she trying to explain? She knows it, but she doesn't know how to explain it. I will help her to explain it. Now, don't forget, we are still going to go back to what we explained about primary and foreign key. You know, primary key, you said is unique values, Abi, Shebi, no duplicates, right? Now, the cardinality you will have on a column that is a primary key will be a one cardinality. So anytime you hear the word one cardinality, it means that there is a unique list of values, no duplicates. A unique list of values, no duplicates. That is what it means. A uniqueness of values, there's no duplicates, right? When you hear the word many cardinality, it means there is no uniqueness of values, right? You have, for example, now your foreign key is many cardinality because one key appeared 21 times, one key appeared 200 times, one key appeared 1,000 times because it's a transaction table, right? Because it's a foreign key, so definitely if you have duplicates, you can't have you can't have uniqueness of values. It's on a very rare occasion, right? So for that reason, the cardinality, right, of foreign key is many cardinality. But if it's a primary key that has uniqueness of values, there is a unique value list of values, then it is a one cardinality. So we have one cardinality and many cardinality. That's the first thing that you must know before jumping into the types of cardinality, right? Those ones are types of relationships, types between tables. Is it clear to us, guys?
Sir,
continue, sir.
Can you use maybe an example for us?
Of course, I will do that.
Okay.
Anything I explain, I'll still use example. That one is normal.
So okay, sir. If I may understand, sir, you said that a primary key is one cardinality,
Yes, because it's the unique list of values.
Okay, and while the foreign key is many cardinality, because you can have many ID or many key.
Yeah.
In the table.
So the cardinality is many. Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So we have, write it down. We have two types of cardinality. We have one cardinality and many cardinality. This will form the basis for you. Even if you want to learn data engineering, you cannot do without these concepts I've just explained. It's the basis for anything data warehousing, anything data modeling, anything database architecture. It has to do the basics, right? Dates, then we now have products. Products ID. You will see when I do this example now, you will now understand it better. Okay, nice. Other ID, date, product, customer, all those things are here. Nice. Okay. Now, this is my sales table, right? I'm using this example. Now, I have another table here. That's the products. That's the product table. On this one, I have product ID. Right? I have the product name. I have another table called customer table. Don't worry, you understand it better now. Customer table, I have the customer ID, right? And I have the customer name. Okay. Now, it's very possible that okay. Now, if you look at this now, you will see that this is the order ID. Every order is unique. It's the order ID. These are the date of transaction. This is the product ID. Now, it's coming from this table. We have two unique lists of products, chair and table, right? Chair or table. Now, the customer 333 bought this, 404 bought this, 404 bought this again on a different date. Then this one bought this. Now, you see that the product ID is unique on the product table, right? Because it's a primary key here. So the cardinality on this of the product ID, the cardinality of that product ID on the product table, the cardinality here is going to be one cardinality because it's a primary key, it's a unique list of all the IDs. There's no duplicates in this table because this table talks about product alone, right? So, and so also customer also. Primary key, no duplicates, a unique list of customer, right? And their ID And right, the cardinality here is going to be one cardinality because there's no duplicate and it's a primary key. But when that product, the same product ID that is on its own table now is the primary key, the cardinality is one, no issue, right? It's unique list of values, no duplicate. By the time it now comes to this place, because they will usually buy one product many times, right? Right. So you have that product ID appearing several times. The AQ232 is appearing 2 times. The AQ211 is appearing also 2 times, right? So because of that now, when by the time this product ID gets here, it's a foreign key, the values is no more unique like what we have here. So because of that, this is to be a primary key on this table. Because that's not its original table, it has duplicates, and the cardinality here is going to be many cardinalities, right? Because one value appears several times. On customer too, it's going to be many cardinality because one customer ID appears several times. It's a foreign key. The list is not unique values again, and this is not its own original table. So the cardinality is many. But on its own table, the cardinality is 1 because of the uniqueness of the values. Is it clear to us now, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's clear.
Yes.
I'm only getting like 3 people talking now.
Yes, sir.
It is clear, Abby. Okay. Only 4 people are saying it's clear. No problem. Is it clear? Others that are not talking.
100, sir. 100, sir.
Okay, good. So that is what they call cardinality of relationship. It's either one or many. Now you see that Jidara was saying something the other time. We can have one-to-one relationship, one to many, many to one, all those things, many to many. Yeah, fine. So what she is referring to is because she did not know how to explain it. What she was referring to is actually types of relationship, right? What she's referring to is types of relationship. Types of relationship. That is what she's referring to. So now that we understand cardinality of relationship, right? So the next thing is now we now have 4 types of relationship between tables. We have 1-to-1. Now, in what scenario do you have 1-to-1? In what scenario do you have 1-to-1? I'm here, guys. Answer me. In what scenario do we have 1-to-1 relationship between tables? One has 1 cardinality. The other table too has 1 cardinality. You now connect them together. We now call that relationship 1-to-1 relationship. Why do we have 2 tables that have same cardinality? One here, one here. In what scenario do you think that will happen? I'm asking you the question, guys.
Can you say like this table now? If you make this table, these products and customer details, if you make them under one table, can we say that they have 1-to-1?
You want to connect product and customer?
Yes.
What are you going to use to connect them? You don't have any. You don't have any similar key now. How can you connect them?
The product ID and the customer ID.
They are not the same thing now. You only connect tables together based on the similar keys that they have, the similar columns that they have.
Okay.
So in that case, I think we'll be connecting product to sales.
There's product ID here. There's product ID here. Do you get what we are saying, Madam Yemisi?
Yes.
You can only connect tables together when they have similar keys. There's product ID here. Yes, product ID. You can't connect product tables with customer table. There's no similar key. They don't have similar keys. You can connect product table now to sales table because they have product ID. You can connect
And you
customer
were
table.
saying that, you were asking that one-to-one. And since this product here is many, it has many cardinality.
Yes,
While this one has one.
Yeah. So what I was
I'm talking about the scenario of one-to-one.
What I was thinking that you would say was that you will have said, assuming that the product on the sales table, the product ID has no duplicates.
Mm-hmm.
And customer table when you now connect products to customer to sales, is one-to-one, because on the product ID column here, 2 has no duplicate on the sales table. That's when you have one-to-one. Do you understand? I'm not saying that you cannot connect dimensions together too, but I don't usually do that. For me, the gurus can be doing that in their own data model. For me, I always use what is called star approach. I always use star approach. I always use what is called star approach. Right? So I will still explain that star method to us, that star schema. Let's just take it one by one. So as I was saying, you understand when we can have one-to-one, Abi. When can we have one-to-many? I want others to talk now. It's not only MC that is in this class. People are in this class. You guys should talk now. Where are the men? You guys should be talking too now.
This can you explain that one
Apart from Samuel and Matthew, and Mr. Shikiru once a while. Where are others?
Okay, Mr. Gbenga.
Yeah.
Okay, from what you just explained.
Yes.
Apparently we already have many-to-many cardinality relationship here. In the sense that
where do we have many-to-many?
So from product to sales, we already have duplicates of product IDs.
We don't have duplicate of product ID in product table. We only have two
okay,
products.
Okay, we only have 2 there. Oh, okay.
Now,
so I was saying.
Okay, continue.
On the sales table, we already have we're having duplicates. So that's going to give us a many-to-many relationship. Though it's going to be one-to-many. You said?
I said, from what table to what table are you looking at?
So on the product end, it's a one relationship. But coming to the sales table,
cardinality. Don't say relationship. Use the right word, the right keyword.
So sorry. So on the product end, we're having a one cardinality relationship. But on the sales end, we're having a many to a many.
Product table, one cardinality. Sales table, many cardinality.
Many cardinality.
You now want to connect them together. Is either many to one or one to many.
Or one.
Simple. Use the right keyword, please. Don't be mixing it together. Cardinality relationship is different. Okay. So now you understand one to many or many to one. They are the same thing actually. It just depends on where you are looking at it from. Right? Oh, sorry. Okay. In what scenario can we have many to many? In what scenario can we have many to many? Oh yeah, guys. In what scenario can we have many to many? No response again.
Sorry, I guess on the product, okay, let me use customer table this time around. On the customer table,
yes,
we're going to have many to many if there's duplicate of customer ID on the customer table.
But we cannot have customer ID duplicate on the customer table. It's not possible because it's a dimension table and it's a unique list of all the customer IDs that we have here with their names. Give me another example. In what scenario can we have many to many?
Okay, I think let me see. Employer's table. Though employer's ID is going to be unique, but then it's possible we can have 2 to 3 persons resume a different position on the same date, or let me see.
That's the position ID, not the employee ID. The same position might appear several times. That one is position ID. Employee ID is going to be distinct. It's going to be unique.
That's what I'm saying. Employer's ID is going to be unique.
Yes, that's not still many to many.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how I can come up with a scenario that can make. I understand it's a situation where we have there's no unique value on both ends.
Okay.
So that's how we can actually get a many-to-many cardinality relationship.
Okay. Sorry, can you come again? Sorry, I didn't hear. I'm just saying okay. I didn't hear. Come again.
Okay, what I said is a situation whereby on both tables, let's say for instance, on both the sales and the product table, we're not having unique values, we're having duplicates.
So 2 tables that are connected together, there's duplicate on both. Simple. Abi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didara?
Yes, so I wanted to say, for example, the data job Nigeria, we can say it's a many-to-many relationship because
Oh yeah.
You said?
I'm hearing you.
So data job Nigeria has a lot of groups, and individual can join all the groups.
Okay. Even individual can join all the groups. Okay.
Then can I also say that
but we can't have one person appear 2 times on one group now.
That's many-to-many.
We can't have one person. That's going to be the group ID. Might appear several times because one person is in different groups.
What if we have a customer name?
Okay, I'm hearing you.
What if we have a customer ID that is, let's say, 555 and the name is still Shegun?
But Shegun is not your unique identifier now. Shegun is not your key.
Okay, Shegun is not the key. That's true.
The name ID, your customer ID or whatever is the key.
Gbenga, can we use a bank or an account instead? The customer can have many accounts, duplicate
but each account has its own account number.
So different account number.
One person can have different account, but it's still different account numbers.
Yes, that's a many-to-many.
No, it's not many-to-many. Account number, the person has different accounts with one bank. All the different accounts have their own account number, and that's their ID. So there's no duplicate. The only part we find duplicate is the person's name.
Please tell us.
Okay, don't waste your time. Stephanie already explained it, and she's correct. I'll just pull in your legs. When you have 2 tables that they both have duplicate of one ID, and you are connecting them together, that is many-to-many, right? Maybe, and that usually happens. Maybe you are trying to connect 2 fact tables together. Is it clear? But
I can't get that too. It's like Gbenga.
Fact tables, 2 fact tables, 2 fact tables. For example, now I have a table called order table. On that table, I only see info about orders. They made an order, is on that table. When that order now eventually turns to sales, when it now eventually turns to sales, I have another table for sales differently. So one for order that was made, one for sales. So the two tables are similar. The only column that is different, that is different from the two tables might just be maybe the order ID. The order table might have order ID. On the sales table, it might be called sales ID. So it's not all order that sometimes eventually turn to sales. There might be some issues. They might return the products. Let me not even return. It might be that maybe the customer, when they go there to deliver to the customer wasn't there, and that product cannot, like, we can't record it as sale because we have to return it back to the office and things like that. So, and you have maybe the order ID is the same as the sales ID. So some people now connect it together, although it's not really ideal, right? It's not for my guys, we say it's not good to have many relationships, right? Anyway, right? So the cocoa of the cocoa is that you have two tables, product ID on one. On the second one to product ID, they are not unique. They are not connecting them together. That is many-to-many relationship. Duplicate values here, duplicate values on the second one. Is it clear? Stephanie already said it already. I'm just pulling your legs. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, on the sales table now, we have many cardinality, and the sales table too, we have the same.
The sales table and sales table too.
Okay. Yeah, I can get it now.
You mean order table and sales table? What are you saying?
On the sales table, we have two different ID. And then that the same ID that we have on the sales table, we have that same ID on the order table.
Yes. So one is order table, one is sales. The order is just all the orders.
Exactly. So one is order table, one is a sales table, and then we have the same unique, the same ID on the
yes.
Okay, that's it.
So the ideal thing to do actually is that you connect all your dimension tables to the order table, and also connect all the dimension tables again to the sales table. That's the ideal thing to do.
All right, thank you very much.
You don't make the whole thing complex for yourself. Is it clear?
Yes.
Guys, I'm already tired.
It's already sounding.
Do we end the class? Now it's 10 o'clock on your side.
Yeah, well done, sir.
So this is what we do. We'll use 1 hour. So for those that just drop their email, come in. Let me copy your email before I forget. Just hold on. Okay, I'm saying for Lucy and for Joy. Wait, Lucy and Joy, are you guys sisters?
Yes, I am.
You are sisters, Abby?
No.
Yeah, you bear same surname.
Mine is Momoti, no Mom.
That is okay. No matter. When I see MO, say no matter. Okay, now guys. So I have how many emails here now? I have 10. Ajiboye, Yemi, Adetunji, Anastasia, Samuel Ajiboye, Francis, Sikiru. What if Francis won't use this thing do? You maybe say you be your guy already. I'll come out your name, Jerry. Let me remove Francis. Sikiru Yusuf, Oluwatosin Salako, Oluwaseun, Momod Lucy, and Momo Joy. Okay. So I have 9. So these are the 9 that are writing the exam next week. Thank you, Shikena. Okay, guys, let's stop the class for today. So,
Mr.
You have not come any.
Who is that?
He said it's just 9 that you had.
I have 9, yeah.
No, we already gave out.
I'm creating a new list. We had more than 30 people that registered that put that, and they don't attend class.
Oh, that means we need to drop our email.
Drop it now. I said it several times. So drop it now on the chat section of this Zoom. I said it already. But it's not be fair for those of you that have been coming to class consistently. Because there's actually a gift for the winner of that exam. That's why I'm trying to be very careful. So as somebody that has not been in class will now not come and claim, it's not fair. I've seen Pretty Jidara, only small thing. See Jidara and Danu Taiwo. I've seen Stephanie's email too. Any other person, before I go. I have 12 now.
Sir, are we having class tomorrow?
No, we're having a Power BI class tomorrow. Not Excel.
Okay.
Not Excel, yeah. So
but we are not done yet.
So for next week, right? Let's start by 1. Oh, so that will be 7 p.m. your time. Sorry. 7 p.m. your time. We'll complete this our dashboard something 1 hour. I will rush it. Then our exam too is another extra 1 hour. But that exam is not too hard. If you know it, you can finish in 30 minutes. But it's just like picking from everything that you've been taught in the class. So the module, this is how it will go. I will send it to your email at exactly the time that we are starting. I will send it to your email. You open your email, you will start, and I'll give you a time that you must end. If you submit after that time, right? If you submit after that time, it will not be graded at all. I will not grade it. And you give me like a week or 2, then I will show everybody's score based on the exam. I will share it. I will share everybody's score to the group, and from there we'll see the winner. Then the winner will receive a gift that will not be pronounced yet until when that result is being collected. Somebody is missing in class today. Madam Omolara Ahmed. Somebody can reach out to her. And she has been in class like almost all the time. I don't know. I will reach out to her. I will have that because she's consistent. She doesn't miss class. So that will be 13 altogether. 13. I had that. So no wahala, guys. See you next week, Saturday, the last class.
Okay, thank you, sir. Well done.
Thank
God
you.
bless you.
Thank you.
Take care.